I love to see what other entrepreneurs are doing, especially when it helps them make more money and serve their customers better. A couple weeks ago, I made a video called The Stabilization Problem, going from making money to building a business. And in that video, I showed you how to make things easier and just more profitable in your business by focusing on 4 pillars. They were finances, operations, marketing, and development. Now, this video goes a little bit deeper because I've been really making a habit of that lately, and I hope you make a habit of it too. So I'm calling this video my weekly audit routine. Now, when I say stabilizing, I don't mean perfection. It just means that you have a grasp of it and you're able to run things profitably and well and doing business is fun again. But when do you actually work on your finances, operations, marketing, and development? For me, it's one of those each week. So every month, I've circled back through all 4 of those. And here's what it looks like in my world. First up, finances. Used to hate it, but now I kind of look forward to it every morning. I just finished my 2024 taxes. I had to file an extension this year just because I didn't have all this in order at the beginning of the year. But now things are dialed in. I'm honestly saying for the first time in my life, I'm looking forward to filing taxes for 2025 for this year. And I'm going to file it January 1st, 2026, let me tell you, because that's how tight my systems are. But even though things are clean, there's still areas of improvement. For example, my QuickBooks are great for P&Ls and tax season, but not for analyzing every individual unit on my property. I know it can be dialed in and I can do classes and things like that, but it's really a lot to hack inside of QuickBooks. So I built my own spreadsheet to see how each of the 8 units perform, like how's Honeycomb Container Home comparing to Sunshine Safari Tent, or how Romantic Surprises are comparing to our food and beverage offers. Those things are important for internal audits, but that is on a separate spreadsheet that I can analyze with my partners and really make better decisions for our glamping operation. The point is that I'm tracking these numbers separately, and I am tracking those numbers. It's dialing in on my finances because the more clarity I have in my numbers, the more confidently I can grow. Now, the second week of my audits is on operations. This is Wendy's wheelhouse. She's our operations manager, and she keeps everything running smoothly for the cleaners and the guest experiences. Each month, we revisit our standard operating procedures, or SOPs in the entrepreneurial world. And SOPs are easy to forget once they've been written. They kind of collect dust on the shelf. But that's when chaos creeps in. It just does. It'll creep in and it'll make things a mess. You can't scale or sell a business if no one can pick up where you left off. So week 2, we open up those files. They're not on the shelf. They're actually a Google document that we keep track of. And we tighten our SOPs. What changed on site this month? What needs updating? The more we document and refine, the less we rely on memory, and really the more valuable our business becomes. Week 3, marketing. And we just hired a new marketing manager. His name is Trevor. And Trevor, if you're watching, kudos to you. But I am watching closely. Right now, we're dialing in on Facebook, Instagram, and Google. Yeah, TikTok and other platforms, they might come up later. But for now, we're mastering the main channels first. The goal this month is simple. Make Trevor pay for himself. We meet weekly to review what's working and what posts are gaining traction, which ads deserve a budget, how to keep our Google listing up. Marketing isn't about guessing. That's the thing. It's about refining what performs, what does well. And we push it out there and we hope for the best and hopefully people come to my glamping operation and buy stuff. Now, week 4 is on development. This is my favorite. Entrepreneurs love to build, but growth before stabilization is just chaos multiplied. That's why development is the last in the month and not the first. In my last video, I made it clear that I got myself into a lot of trouble because I kept focusing on development first rather than on the first 3, so keep that in mind. You know, I actually run 3 businesses. I don't know if you know that. I run Monument Glamping, obviously, but I also have one, doesn't have a website or anything because it's just a holdings company, and that's Rickenbacker Ranch. Now, there is a little bit of accounting, there's a little bit of finances, but honestly, Monument Glamping rents from Rickenbacker Ranch for liability purposes as well as keeping separate the business operations from the actual land holding assets. But also there's Chris Jube Ltd, which is my company. It fuels my educational and community work. This YouTube video is a Chris Jube Ltd production. And that last one does tie into Your Land is Gold community, hosted at skool.com/gold. That's Skool with a K. Don't forget to misspell it. It's a community of landowners who are dedicated to each other and building their land into revenue-generating assets. We talk glamping, short-term rentals, service-based stuff, anything you can do on your land. The point is that we're turning your land into gold. But what I'm doing this month is focusing on this property and how to expand it from those 8 to 12 units. It kind of gets into my thoughts. Okay, I've got finances, operations, and marketing down. How can I be developing and growing the business, improving the guest experiences, and building educational tools for others to grow their businesses too? This week of development is all about what's the next move. So that's my weekly rhythm. Week 1 is finances, week 2 is operations, week 3 is marketing, and week 4 is development. And by the end of each month, I've touched every core part of my business, and I can literally feel the difference. Hey, if you found this helpful, click like and subscribe below. Maybe even throw a comment in there to stir up some discussion. What's one part of your business you'd like to audit this week? I would really like to know. I'm curious about what other people are doing, and that's probably why you're watching this video. You're curious about what I'm doing. So I'll look forward to hearing from you. Till next time, see you in the next one.